Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Beth the Chef. I hope everyone enjoyed their pies last week. Good old pie and mash. And once again, we're going to put another little twist on a classic for this episode. Apart from tiramisu, sticky toffee pudding is the go-to dessert. If we're out in a restaurant and it's on the menu, guaranteed I'll be having it. But as naughty as it is, sometimes it can feel like sticky toffee pudding is very soft and, in a way, sweet upon sweet with the flavours. So I will show you later on, but we're going to mix it up a bit and actually build some layers of flavours in the pudding, but also a way that will highlight and still get your indulgent caramel fudginess. Even though it's quite straightforward pudding, there are still some technical elements into it, so you'll be picking up a few skills along the way. Let's crack on with it, and we'll get cooking. So we're going to start with the sponge, the main element, and there's going to be a few little things that are going to build layers of flavours. So for texture, I'm going to add some nuts, and they're going to be hazelnuts to complement the dates. We're going for medjool dates because they're known for their caramel taste and have a bit more of a chewiness, let's say. And we're going to soak these part water and part some cherry schnapps, because if you looked in my Christmas frangipane episode, you will know that the flavours of dates and cherries work very well together. Oh yes, and we're going to add just a little hint of ginger in the sponge. Right, so the first stage is to gather up everything to soak your dates in. So usually it's about 150 grams of dates I use and a little bit more liquid. But because as mentioned before, for added texture, we're compromising a little bit of that with nuts. I have 125 grams of the medjool dates, and these are just chopped up and dried. And in the pan is 50 mils of water, and to that I'm going to add my schnapps. So yeah, this one's just cherry schnapps. 40% volume, quite strong. And I believe we got this one from Lidl's, but keep an eye out. There should be varieties in all supermarkets. Failing that, you know what it's like, good old trusty Amazon. We are, so 50 mils into the water. And I'm just going to go to the heat. I've gathered everything up towards the puddings, and I'm going with individual moulds, like the same moulds as the lemon cake and the panna cotta episodes, those ones. And the Eurovision cake as well. But it probably alters the quantity with the nuts. It should make around 8 moulds. But we've got our dates here as well. See, about 10 minutes time they'll be ready to blitz, which I'll get a bigger bowl for. In terms of the pudding, in here there's 150 grams of light soft brown sugar, because personally feel like dark soft brown sugar makes it just a little bit too sickly, and you want to finish your pudding. Usually it's golden syrup, but I've got a tablespoon of maple syrup, again for added taste. And I've also gone for 75 grams of salted butter, because if you think like sea salt caramel, and it just picks it up a little bit. Obviously 2 eggs. You don't need as many eggs really as in think of a normal cake, because the gooiness of the dates helps as well. In here there is 200 grams of self-raising flour and a teaspoon of both baking powder and ground ginger for a little pick-me-up. The nuts is 75 grams of hazelnuts, which I have lightly toasted. And then if you see that, chopped to that size, so yeah, 1/3 to 1/4 of the size to be a little bit more precise, I guess. But roughly chopped. So the first stage is going to be to cream butter, sugar, syrup together as if you would a normal cake. I'm going to blitz the dates, fold in the eggs and the dates. Obviously it'll be quite loose mixture. And then you thicken up with the flour and the nuts. Just to get an even mix all round. Gradually fold in your dry mix. I'm just going to mix the dry mix before adding it, just so you get an even amount, really, like not a pudding with no ginger taste and then one that's crammed with it, let's say. There we go. Right, so here they are, and I've just sprayed them generously with, you can see that, my seal spray. And I'm going to preheat the oven to 160. just fill your moulds to about 2/3. So yeah, keep an eye on them, but they're going in 160 for about 20 minutes. So I'll let you all know a few of the tricks before we start the caramel. I'll probably go through it as well as we go along, but one main one is do not stir the sugar, because the sugar will crystallize and yeah, you'll get either grainy or sugary hard lumps in your caramel. And to keep a bit of an eye on it. I'm going to say this from experience, because one time I thought, oh, this is taking a while. You go off to do something, you keep your eye off the caramel for 2 seconds and your pan's buggered and there's black smoke everywhere. So keep an eye on your caramel, guys. Well, it's technical in the skill, but in terms of the ingredients, it's quite simple. 3 ingredients, 4 if you include water. But for this, in a pan, there's 125 grams of caster sugar, to which in a moment I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cold water to it. We have 72 mils. It might be quite hard to be precise with that. Of double cream. And just 25 grams of butter. Again, this is the salted butter, to create a little salted caramel vibe. So I'm going to get it going, get the sugar going, and I'll show you when's the right stage. But when it is the right stage, you're going to add the butter and add the cream and mix rather vigorously. So every now and then, let's give it a little swirl. But as you can see, we're nearly there. I can see a little tan going on the edges. So bring the butter and cream closer. Turn the oven off. Turn the heat down a little. And I think we're good to go. Oh, you can get the bottom out. And there's the butter. I'm going to take this off the heat. The butter's melted. I'm going to add the cream. And you will feel this firm up. There we go. Don't put it back on the heat, and it should get going again. Lovely. And this is what you want, almost like a cup of tea colour. But for the custard, in the pan I've got 300 mils of double cream and also 150 mils of milk. Preferably whole milk because of the fat content, but if you really can't get that, semi-skimmed will do. Yeah, spatula and a whisk ready. to the pan and a good splash of vanilla. There's one thing you want a custard to be, unless it's going to be a flavoured custard, is vanilla-y. And then in the bowl there is 75 grams of sugar, and I've gone for the light soft brown sugar again for a good taste to complement the pudding, and 2.5 egg yolks. What we're going to do is, you'll see in a minute, put the milk and cream on low to medium heat. In the meantime, mix the sugar and the egg yolks to a little pale, and just once it's like just before boiling stage, while you're continuously mixing, slowly incorporate it into the sugary eggs. Then you put it back on the heat, on a low heat, and again continuously mix, but with your spatula, and you want it to thicken like custard. After that first little bit, it's a lot easier because it's loosened up now. And just keep going like that until you see it thicken. Essentially a custard consistency. You get your pan, get your bowl ready, and kind of see it. Sieve over the top of your bowl. It's only because when we're done, we can pass it through, just if there are any lumps, get rid of them. There shouldn't be, if you do it right. And get that extra smooth custard. Right, so now we're ready for the favourite bit, the assembling of the dish. And this is actually where good old Chef Mike is going to be our best friend. I've got a little bit of caramel here, some of my custard, and my 2 puddings. And I'm just going to heat everything up. It shouldn't take long. 40 seconds to a minute. Heat the custard up. In the meantime, just a lovely sauce over. So there we have it, guys. Our good old sticky toffee pudding, let's say with a little twist and some different flavours. We got a lovely salted caramel and vanilla custard. So spread the word, Beth the chef, and join us again next week, where we're going to do a little take on chicken parmigiana. Bon appetit!